Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. The Eau Claire Police Department is investigating a homicide that took place Saturday on the 2300 block of Sunset Drive. A 911 call came in just after 2 p.m. yesterday to report a shooting. Officers arrived to find a man dead inside the residence. An adult woman who was known to the victim was taken into custody. Detectives, crime scene personnel, the Wisconsin State Patrol Technical Reconstruction Unit, and the medical examiner responded to the scene. Authorities say more information will be released at a later time. Students got a head start on the new school year today, mapping out their schedules before the first day of school. News 8 Now's JDS McGee joins us in the newsroom to tell us why it helps calm those first day nerves.
Students at UW La Crosse spent the day today walking their schedules around campus. The Walk Your Schedule event gives students a chance to practice their routes for classes before the first day of school.
I think it definitely helps them calm down because then you know where it is. It's not like your first day, you're looking at your phone saying, okay, what building am I trying to get to? Oh, it's all the way across campus. And then you can get a feel for, okay, what time am I going to go to lunch? What time am I going to go to the gym? And really plan out your day and try to stay as organized as possible. Because when you're more organized, it definitely can make you less stressed. And then you feel like you can go in that routine of the day.
Staff say the event is about making students feel comfortable and prepared so they can focus on learning instead of directions once classes begin. And while today was just a practice run, students will put their practice to use with the first day of the semester beginning on Tuesday. Reporting in the newsroom, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, JDS. The community came together for a run to support those impacted by addiction. This morning marks the 11th annual Home Run for Recovery event. The event honors lives lost to addiction while celebrating those in recovery and supporting others still on their journey. 151 deaths from overdoses have been reported in La Crosse County in the last 7 years, making this event significant for the La Crosse area.
All of the funds that we raise today will go to different programming that helps in our recovery support and relapse prevention. And so that is really bringing those individuals into that path to recovery and providing them hope.
Along with the run today is National Overdose Awareness Day, bringing addiction awareness as well as restoring the body and mind. Music, community, and gratitude all combined this weekend in La Crosse to honor our veterans. Rock the Vets filled Legion Post 417 on Fisherman's Road with 7 hours of live music. 2 stages kept the crowd entertained with bands including the Craig Olson Project, Last Call, Brianna Ray Band, and more. The event kicked off with a military grog bowl ceremony to pay tribute to those who served.
All of the money goes to Freedom Honor Flight today, and so it goes in support of the 4 pillars of our American Legion, the veterans, Americanism, the community, and youth and children.
The Freedom Honor Flight gives veterans the opportunity to travel to Washington, D.C. to visit the memorials built in their honor.
Yeah, minus the morning fog that some places had, including Eau Claire had some dense fog this morning. It's been a great day once again with temperatures a little bit milder than we had previous day, and really that's what to expect for Labor Day out there. We're still at 75 with a few clouds out there, but all in all, pretty nice conditions. High temperatures today. Mid to upper 70s, a little bit warmer, getting closer to average, but maybe a degree or 2 below. But all in all, you really can't beat these conditions too. We just got a few clouds out there, kind of daytime heating type clouds. More as you go into Iowa, where they've had showers and a few storms all the way west of Mason City. But that's going to stay that way and actually drift more to the northwest. So we're not going to see any of that activity. It should be very quiet, very calm this evening, getting back down to 62 by 10 p.m. Very similar story for La Crosse, getting back down to about 63 with very calm conditions. The problem is we got one great day, maybe so-so Tuesday, and then we got some chilly conditions coming up, and I'll break that down a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, thank you so much, Greg. Morning Mass was held in the auditorium of Annunciation Catholic School this morning. The auditorium is next door to the church where a shooting occurred on Wednesday. 20 people were hospitalized, with 17 being children, and 2 students died from their injuries. Support has been pouring in from the community since the devastating shooting. In today's Mass, the pastor of the church prayed for those affected by the tragedy. 2 Wisconsin women are headed to Florida this week to compete at the Miss America and Miss America's Teen 2026 competitions. Willow Newell is this year's Miss Wisconsin, along with Natalie Pop, Miss Wisconsin's Teen. They will compete throughout the week in categories of interview, talent, onstage question, fitness, and evening wear. Finals for teens happen on Saturday, and Miss America 2026 finals will take place next Sunday. Starting today, new U.S. tariffs will affect consumer goods shipped from overseas, from clothes and electronics to vinyl records. The policy introduced under the Trump administration applies to items under $800. Economists say it could put pressure on small businesses that depend on imports.
For decades, London's Banquet Records has advertised itself as more than your local record shop.
We certainly sell tens of thousands of records a month to America, and right now we've had to press pause.
Co-owner John Tolley told us that's in part because of these one-of-a-kind signed records they sell here and online, something U.S.-based music lovers were among the biggest buyers of.
What are you telling your American customers?
Well, firstly, we're starting with sorry, because they're frustrated, and so are we. But right now, I can't see any logic to it. It just seems to be barriers to trade, which seems to be against what a capitalist free market economy.
According to U.S. Customs, last year, almost 1.4 billion packages, worth more than a total of $64 billion, entered the U.S. from abroad without being charged duty under what's known as the de minimis exemption. President Trump said he ended the benefit as part of efforts to lower the U.S.'s foreign trade deficit and to close loopholes that let illegal goods, including drugs like fentanyl, to allegedly be smuggled into the U.S. The decision has already seen global supply chains disrupted, and companies around the world announced they're suspending shipments to the U.S. The Trump administration first canceled the de minimis exemption for Chinese e-commerce retailers like Shein and Temu earlier this year. But most economists agree it's small businesses like Banquet Records who will suffer the most.
Now, the end of de minimis, which was first introduced all the way back in 1938, will in short mean the things consumers are used to ordering, whether they knew it came from abroad or not, are either going to be harder to get or cost a lot more. So I think your average shopper will really start to think twice about what they're ordering, because the goods they're used to buying might not just cost more, they may also be no longer able to find it anymore. Imtiaz Taib, CBS News, London.
Some of the Trump administration tariffs have been challenged in court, with judges ruling that parts of the policy violate U.S. trade law. Still to come, has your child been diagnosed with ADHD? New studies tell you how you should handle it.
Need a new driveway? Parking lot looking rough? Trust Patriot Paving. We do it all. Driveways, parking lots, and durable chip seal surfaces. Fast, reliable, affordable. Book online today at patriot-paving.com.
Hey America, think you can't get a complete dinner with dessert for under $10? Then check out the Great American Burger Trio at Perkins. A juicy cheeseburger, crispy fries, plus a slice of pie, all for just $9.99. Only at Perkins.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them, EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
Get 0% financing on this Silverado, plus $3,000 total cash allowance on select Silverado pickups. That's around $9,000 total value, plus $3,750 owner loyalty cash.
I'm standing here at the warehouse this morning where some 30 to 40 installers depart every morning. You've been thinking about new windows. I've been thinking about new windows for over 40 years. And my promise to you is that these fine installers that leave here every morning install the finest windows available in the market today, expert installation, always at a good value. If you're looking for new replacement windows, today would be a great day to reach out to the board store and set up a prompt free estimate.
At Perkins, $5.99 gets you the best breakfast value in America. Get a fresh cracked egg, crispy bacon, and 2 pancakes for just $5.99. The hungrier you are, the better it gets. The Great American Trio, only at Perkins.
Need a new driveway? Parking lot looking rough? Trust Patriot Paving. We do it all. Driveways, parking lots, and durable chip seal surfaces. Fast, reliable, affordable. Book online today at patriot-paving.com.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
This Labor Day weekend, the Trump administration is under scrutiny for a push to place federal troops on the streets of Chicago and for recent firings and resignations at the CDC. CBS News' Willie James Inman has the details.
troops into Chicago in response to violent crime. On Sunday's Face the Nation, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says troops don't belong on the streets of the Windy City.
Murders are down 50% in the city of Chicago. National Guard troops, any kind of troops on the streets of an American city don't belong unless there is an insurrection.
But Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem defended the administration's push to cut crime.
For 13 consecutive years, Chicago had more murders than any other American city.
The Trump administration is also coming under scrutiny after firing the director of the CDC. Director Susan Menarez's firing was followed by the resignation of 4 other high-profile CDC leaders. CBS News medical contributor Celine Gowder says the departures have created a vacuum in U.S. medical leadership.
These are really key positions, not to mention that a lot of the directors of the different centers, because it's centers plural, have also been forced out over the last several months. So you're really dealing with a leadership vacuum at the CDC.
Gowder also expressed concern about recent vaccine policy changes from the CDC.
Vaccine policy is now being made by political fiat and communicated through social media rather than a transparent, open scientific review process. And so we're seeing the reversal of previous recommendations, which will also confuse whether insurance will cover certain vaccines for certain people.
On Friday, one senior White House advisor defended Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., calling him, quote, the crown jewel of the administration. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
These changes in the CDC are happening at the same time that COVID vaccines are under review. 8 to 10% of kids in the U.S. are diagnosed with ADHD, most of them elementary school students. A Stanford medicine-led study focused on preschool-aged children who are 4 or 5 years old. 1 to 2% of kids that age are diagnosed with ADHD. Guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics recommend they try 6 months of behavior therapy before starting medication. But the study found more than 40% of the preschool-aged children receive prescriptions within a month of their diagnosis.
Probably a big reason is related to a problem of access to behavioral treatment approaches. So a lot of times I think pediatricians or families feel like they don't know where to go to learn these behavioral approaches, and so medication sometimes is given earlier than we would want.
The research analyzed the medical records of 10,000 young children with ADHD. The study is published in JAMA Network Open. Well, don't go too far. There was another drawing with no winner. The Powerball jackpot continues to grow and break previous records.
And get out, enjoy Labor Day and even Tuesday, because that's mild conditions, because we got some big changes coming. That chilly, wet, more October-like conditions for the second half of the work week. We'll break it all down coming up on the First One Weather Update after the break.
This Monday, Labor Day, earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend, in-store and online. Labor Day only at Hy-Vee.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual. Everything's made fresh.
Everything. Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant.
Culver's.
Yay!
We love our guests.
Love. As much as our guests love us.
This has been my happy place.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew. Final days.
Oh boy, the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. Great time to buy, Hank.
That's right, Sam. But time is running out for amazing deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. On capable SUVs and on the built wild Bronco family. Hurry, it all ends September 2nd.
Don't wait. Now during final days, get up to $10,000 in total cash on a Ford Bronco. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Wait, you gave yourself a flu vaccine?
At your house?
How? FluMist, it's a flu vaccine you give yourself.
Yeah, at home.
You do what at home? FluMist Home. What? FluMist Home. A vaccine delivered to your home?
Yes. You give yourself a shot? No, it's a mist that goes up my nose. My mom does it.
And it works?
Yeah, it's the same flu vaccine you get at the doctor's or pharmacy.
So easy. Even you can do it, Chief.
FluMist is a nasal spray flu vaccine for people aged 2 to 49. Don't get FluMist if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, eggs, or to other flu vaccines. Do not give FluMist to children or adolescents taking aspirin therapy. Tell your healthcare provider about all your medical conditions, including asthma, wheezing, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, and about all the medicines you take. Runny or stuffy nose, sore throat, or fever may occur.
So I can order FluMist online. Yeah, just go get your phone.
Get flu protection without the injection. Order at flumist.com.
This Monday, Labor Day, earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend, in-store and online. Labor Day only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Another drawing without any jackpot winners. Last night's Powerball drawing eluded correct numbers once again. The jackpot is over $1 billion and growing. The next drawing will be tomorrow and will be the 5th largest jackpot in history if someone wins it. Well, no luck yet for the Powerball, but let's send it over to Greg to test our luck with weather.
Well, hopefully my luck changes tomorrow night too. But we have good luck here with the weather for now, but that's definitely going to change later this week. So get out and enjoy tomorrow and even somewhat Tuesday before we have some drastic changes in the conditions for the second half of the work week. But for tonight, all the cloud cover out to the west and Iowa up to Twin Cities should stay there. It's lifting up to the north. Once we get towards the morning, it's not depicting it, but we could see areas of fog. River valleys, Eau Claire had it dense here for a few hours, so any type of body source of water, you could have a few hours in the morning that could be dense at times. Most of the area won't see it. Well, by 10 to 11 p.m., actually by 9 to 10, all that fog pretty much lifts out. And the rest of the day is looking absolutely fantastic too. So that's the good news for Labor Day. Should be about seasonal conditions. Temperatures overnight, pretty similar to what we had last night. Mid-40s in the coldest spots to the low 50s in the warmest areas. Tomorrow, we're pretty close to average. I mean, average for La Crosse is around 80. Eau Claire's around 78. So this is pretty typical temperatures. A little bit cooler as you go further into northeast Iowa. They'll have a little bit more cloud cover in the afternoon to keep the temp down a degree or two, but pretty much great conditions. If we kind of look at really planning the day out for both areas of Eau Claire and La Crosse, really looking at sunshine, a few clouds in the afternoon, getting up once again at 77, 78 in the afternoon. As we're looking for, there we go. Whoops, get back La Crosse. We'll go back there for a second. There's La Crosse. We're getting up to 73 by noon, for almost 80 by 4 p.m. There could be a few locations that do hit the 80-degree mark and then cooling off, but still just a few clouds, light winds too. Now, Tuesday, we do have the showers and thunderstorms approaching. That cold front will be approaching most of the day. South and east of La Crosse is probably going to be fine. Mid to upper 70s. Further west you go or north, the opportunity to see those storms in the late afternoon towards sunset is a little bit higher chance there. Everyone will see it then Tuesday night into Wednesday. Kind of the time in the front out. We'll have a little bit of activity you can see here at noon, well ahead of the front. Unlikely that's going to reach much of the ground. We'll have a few showers developing later in the evening, and then here comes the front that will actually push through the area Tuesday night with a line of showers and thunderstorms probably some point Tuesday evening. It'll come through. We'll have additional lines as it sweeps through Wednesday. Winds begin to pick up. A lot of cool air becomes wrapping around this system. So it could be really kind of a light rain, breezy condition at times Wednesday. There could be some breaks too with the rain in the afternoon time frame with just more showers. But it continues Wednesday night as that low shifts off to the north. We get a good northwest wind going into Thursday. Although Thursday we'll see a little bit of drier conditions, it's still going to see quite chilly conditions. There's Wednesday's highs down into the low 60s for a lot of areas, mid to upper 60s further south and east because they'll start the day off a little bit warmer. Only 62 as you go further north too. That's just the start of things going on. Then we look at the record high temps, and we're talking the coldest temp to see on the day. You can see we're pretty close on Thursday. Both locations, in fact, Eau Claire may actually set it if they only get to 58. Friday, it's not much better, maybe a degree or two improvement, but once again, Eau Claire could see another day of record temps being so cold. The good news with all this is the precipitation cloud cover will probably keep a lot of areas from reaching freezing or getting any close to that. Beyond that, we'll have somewhat milder conditions for the weekend, but yet we're not even close to average going into early next week. So I can't say that fall's here for sure, but we might flip the switch eventually, but it's definitely going to be a kind of a chilly type of end of the work week. So definitely get out and enjoy it today, tomorrow, and even somewhat Tuesday.
Okay, we'll have to make sure to enjoy that Labor Day for
Yep.
sure. All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, a look back at the Badgers season opener, plus the Brewers going for a sweep over in Canada. Kate has the highlights after the break.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
While you're busy, your pup can play all day at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Safe, supervised fun with friends, plus plenty of exercise and love. Because a tired dog is a happy dog. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
There's a lot that goes on at the Y. You may know us as a great place to better your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being in a safe environment that nurtures growth and is that third place for our community to meet and connect. The many services and programs here at the Y strive to help our community access resources and address needs, navigate daily life and support each other through challenges, and educate all generations on making their lives and our community better. We can make that difference together. See why.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 0% APR plus $4,500 purchase allowance on select Sierra 1500 models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
Listen up, Wisconsin. There's always something exciting in the mix with scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. And the newest games to make some noise, Packers Scratch Games. With over $7.8 million in instant cash prizes. Plus a bonus drawing for 4 Packers season tickets for 1 year. And 195 other Packers prizes. Available now at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
25 games left in the MLB regular season going into today. The Brewers need to win 15 of those if they want to hit the century mark. They still have the best record in baseball and had a chance at a sweep against one of the best teams in the American League. Let's go to Canada. Brewers taking on the Blue Jays. First inning, one man on for William Contreras, and he's going to put a good drive into this pitch over the wall in a hurry. The 2-run shot puts Milwaukee in front, but the Blue Jays respond quick. Now 2-2 in the bottom of the first, and Ernie Clement going to bloop one to shallow center. Toronto takes the lead. Then in the third inning, now 4-2, but Bryce Terang steps up, and he's going to take a trip around the bases. His 10th homer of August. Brewers down 1, and then later, Contreras at the plate, and this time he lines one to right field. That goes off the wall. Churio comes in to score. This game is tied at 4, but the Blue Jays were relentless at the plate today. Miles Straw back up the middle. That scores 2 more as the Brewers can't get the sweep. Blue Jays take it 8-4, the final. It felt a little weird watching all of those college football games yesterday with no Wisconsin Badger game. That, of course, was because they picked up a 17-0 win on Thursday. Everyone is going to remember the Billy Edwards injury. The good news is it's just a knee sprain, and he's being listed week to week and shouldn't be out for an extended period of time. And the even better news is the defense was suffocating. The environment was loud for a Thursday night game, and to add in some constant pressure from the D-line, Miami had no chance. 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and a lot of QB pressures. Wisconsin gave up just 117 yards against and even walked away with 2 interceptions.
Defensive front did a really good job tonight. And then what can you say about Preston Zachman? I think that, a guy in his 6th year, it's, sometimes it's tough to say, well, he's gotten a lot better. But I really, his confidence level, from what I've seen all through fall camp, showed in tonight.
I don't know if I've ever had 2 in a game, but I mean, it's obviously a good feeling, but once again, it's a credit to the guys up front, pressuring the quarterback, making him make bad decisions. So it's all credit to them.
The Badgers will be back to a normal Saturday game next week when they take on Middle Tennessee State at Camp Randall for a 3 p.m. start. They'll then travel to Alabama in week 3 to take on the Crimson Tide. 1 week from today, the Green Bay Packers will be making their season debut as they're set to host the Detroit Lions at 3:25 right here on WKBT. It's unsure just how much the new Packer Micah Parsons will play in that week 1 game, but General Manager Brian Gutekunst said he does expect him to be out there in some fashion. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
They often say variety is the spice of life. Well, if that's what you're looking for, the Board Store is your destination. Because we have variety. We have windows and doors. We have siding. We have sunrooms. We have kitchens. We have bathrooms. We have flooring. We have tile. Whatever your home improvement needs are, interior or exterior, there's no better destination than the Board Store showrooms at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
All right, fantastic conditions for Eau Claire. They could have some dense fog maybe before 8 a.m., but beyond that, should be great conditions too. Otherwise, La Crosse, similar type. We could hit 80, pretty close to average, so that's the great news. Otherwise, yeah, the big drop comes as we go towards Wednesday, Thursday, so definitely enjoy these last few days.
Get the jacket out of the closet.
Yeah, you might need it come Wednesday, Thursday.
All right, thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 10.